We are so honored to welcome two music giants and titans in the industry joining us here. You may recognize them. They are great friends of us here at the Jim Masters Show. Matter of fact, each have been separate individual guests we have celebrated here on our Entertainment Lifestyle Celebrity Talk Show series. And you may remember them just a couple of weeks ago. They joined us as we remembered the life of the incomparable Quincy Jones. So I tell you, whenever you want to chat with these two, they're always here at the Jim Masters Show, and I absolutely love it. We're talking about multi-award winners. They are music and cultural icons. Miss Melba Moore is here once again, and Miss Brenda Russell is here. Ladies, welcome back to the Jim Masters Show.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jim.
Now, I do that reaction that you had when you saw each other. When Melba they saw each other, and that was the reaction behind the scenes. I said, we've got to do that on the air because it's so genuine. You guys are fantastic. Happy holidays.
Holidays.
Have you gotten all the shopping done? Are you ready to go, or have you not started yet?
I'm laughing. I haven't started.
I don't know.
I can't even think about it yet.
I know it's a week or so away. It is overwhelming.
Come sooner, it's like, what already?
Right? It came
She's
so.
a songwriter, so she could tell you in better words than I could, but I don't know if I'm coming or going.
I hear you.
I know. Lately, right? It's just been a whirlwind of so much going on in our lives, and there is 1 week less this year between Thanksgiving and Christmas. 4 weeks.
Oh, what is it? Leap year or something?
I think
they still have leap year.
Yes, they
leap
do.
or La Nina, or they always have a label for something, right?
That's the storm, isn't
We
it?
love labels.
Just a crazy year. So how have you been, Melba, since we chatted last year? You're always working on things. You're always here, there, everywhere. I tell you. Any special holiday things coming up?
Just a lot of concerts and works, which I'm very, very excited about and happy for. That's not always so easy to come by once you've been around for a while.
Yes, right. Right, exactly. People would think it's just automatic, but you're still working really. I mean, you're both legends of the industry, respected, revered, incredibly talented people, but you still have to get out there and pound that pavement, and that surprises people, right?
Right? You have to remind people because there are a lot of icons. This is America, honey.
Everybody's an icon, right?
Not everybody, no, but we really do have a lot of great
major people,
and a lot of them up and coming as well. Great people to choose from. Plus, now that you have the internet, there's so much more to pick from. So
exactly right.
You have to be seen and heard to make people be sure that they remember that you're still here.
To remember you're still here as well. Absolutely. And Brenda, too, have you been very busy and a lot of things coming up for the holidays as well? And since we chatted last?
Well, I'm kind of preparing to do a couple of things in January, but I'm working on my album, which is very much fun for me. That's what I love to do. And it's going well. And I love your new single, Melba. It's so beautiful.
Thank you.
You sound incredible.
My voice is different. I'm grown now.
It's beautiful.
I'm being funny, but you're a musician, you're a woman, and you sing. So you know it keeps changing on you. So
yes, it does.
Very much.
But I sort of change with it.
Right, you got to change with it. You can't stay the same.
Exactly. How would you say it has changed? What are some things that you have noticed yourself, Melba, about your voice that has made it change in a certain way?
Well, I'm much more susceptible to weather changes, air conditioning, whatever the environment is. The vocal cords naturally gets lower.
Yes,
but it don't get higher by itself.
So, but I'm doing well with that.
I'm doing okay because I consult the constructor of this thing all the time. So he's telling me, well, I made it this way. Try this, try this. For instance, a wonderful arranger. He's not so much a songwriter. His name is Big Dog Davis. He gave me this new arrangement of over over the rainbow. So he wanted me to sing it in concert, which I usually don't do before I record it, or get someplace to try it out on people. You don't put it in front of an audience first, right, Brenda?
Yes,
Yes. You
absolutely.
try it out first.
Yeah.
And then I thought, well, why would I be singing this song? People are going to compare me to Patti LaBelle, uh, um, Judy Garland. I don't know who else has sung the song, but then I heard the arrangement, and because you write songs, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The arrangement is really a roadmap to what you can be singing.
Wow.
So it's the rhythm, it's the pace, but he did certain things on it because he knows my voice and what I'm inclined to do. And then, like the end, he stopped the recording because we performed it live, but he did it like with the recording. At the end, he stopped the recording. He just did the live band, and he slowed it way down.
Wow.
Because he wanted me to hold the high notes real long. Well, how you know I was going to do that?
That's so beautiful.
But the reason I wanted to sing it is because I thought, oh, I know why God gave me this song. It's a song when Noah and the flood and God destroyed the whole world. And he left the sign of the rainbow. And Brenda, you know that we musicians are a very special part in God's little family here and how
Absolutely.
he expresses himself. So I said, well, so I use the song to study what my voice is now.
Beautiful.
I like the way you say that. Yeah, to study what your voice is now. That's a terrific way to look at that, isn't it, Brenda? I love that.
It's really interesting because I didn't write the arrangement, so it's really from somebody else's perspective.
Right. Exactly right. So, you yourself, Brenda, too, when you hear that kind of interpretation, you must love hearing that too, huh?
I love when people do it. I mean, outstanding arrangements. There's nothing better than that.
Yeah.
It's really inspiring. And that's what you sound like you were, Melba, when you heard it, inspired to do the things that but your voice can do now.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And some of the things when I started doing the song, I tried them, but it didn't happen.
For you. Yeah.
And some of them, at the point I started the song, was out of my range. So I know my range is growing.
Wow.
I think that's important.
That is
and I think it's an important message from God, really.
Yes, indeed.
Did you notice that right away, Melba, or did people around you start noticing that?
No, I was just singing it by myself. After we had performed it, because something came out, because I kind of followed and I learned it, basically enough to perform. And then I went kind of home and tried to study, well, what did I do? Then he said, well, you want to know what you did.
Right.
And so on.
I was excited when before we were when the show was starting and the theme song was going. I got a little tickle because I saw Brenda sort of rocking back and forth to the theme song to the Jim Masters show. I guess thumbs up to from Brenda, right?
Absolutely.
It kind of sets the stage, makes you feel good. What's coming up next on the show? How have you been, and what are some things that you've been working on, Brenda, as well?
Well, I had the pleasure of bringing another icon, as you say, Melba, to the forefront. She co-wrote a song with me years ago. Her name's Roberta Flack. She was just one of the most amazing voices ever. And we wrote this years ago, and I re-recorded it for my new single. It's called You Know What It's Like. And I'm very excited because I love her, and she can use the love
Absolutely.
that people are giving us for this song.
What inspired it, in terms of releasing it now and everything you thought about when really putting that together? And what do you pull from as far as inspiration? Do you also, like Melba, she feels, and she's mentioned this many times on our show, and I think it's a beautiful thing, and I know you do too, you feel like you're almost a conduit of this beautiful, glorious energy that's coming out through an outer view, which enhances and enriches what you're doing. You feel the same way, Brenda?
Yeah, I basically blame God for it all.
I praise and blame
Yeah.
depending on the result.
I used to say I have one co-writer, and that's God is my co-writer when I'm writing alone, mostly. But he's put me in a couple of interesting combinations too, like with The Color Purple for Broadway. I co-wrote with Stephen Bray and Allee Willis, my dear friend who passed away about 5 years ago this Christmas. And but we spent 5 years writing the play, the musical, and 5 years every day.
Wow.
We worked hard.
Yeah,
And we weren't getting
absolutely.
paid to write it.
Yeah.
But we did eventually get paid because it became a successful musical. So, and
The
now
Color
a
Purple.
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you do you rank that as one of your most, deepest memories and one of the most beloved, cherished memories of your career was being involved in The Color Purple on Broadway?
No doubt about it.
Yeah.
No, it's such a gift. I remember we were working, Stephen and I, with Allie on this little animated show on the internet, right? And we're playing and we're having fun. And I look up and I said, we need something bigger. And then the next thing you know, we got a call about The Color Purple. And they were looking for writers. Because it's like, bigger, bigger, God.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Absolutely.
And we got to meet Oprah.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Spielberg.
Extraordinary. And then it just took on a life of its own, and it's still referenced in so many glorious ways too. Yeah, your conscience, and we've talked about it when you were a guest on the show, the whole career for both of you. But just looking back in the contributions that you've made to the industry and the love that you have shared through song and music and performance is extraordinary. I mean, anytime I hear Piano in the Dark, it's so good. It's just such a, I've always loved that song and just everything that you've done, both of you. For you, Melba, what is one or two
I've never
things?
done anything like that. That song is ridiculous.
That's so good, right?
It's ridiculous.
It's one of those gifts that we get, right?
Yeah.
That's just, and the way you belted it out. And, you've had both a consistent longevity, which I think is something worth noting. There's all the accolades. I mean, Tony, Grammy, this, that, and the other. There's all of that. Just look at the walls and the houses, but you've had a nose to the grindstone consistency, both of you, in your careers, which I think is no easy task. Is it the deep love for what you do? I reference that because a friend of mine, a dear family friend who we just lost, I can't believe it's going to be on 3 years, but she was a wonderful family friend, Ronnie Spector from the Ronettes. Yeah. And she's somebody who, ever since she was a kid in Washington Heights, loved it, did it, had, a little bit of a pause in her career with the whole, Spector situation, all of that, but then came back with Eddie Money and Take Me Home Tonight. And then just, other things with the Ronettes, and just was still going strong when she had passed at 78, such a young age. But the tenacity, the drive, the old school way of this is what I do, this is what I know, and I love the people, I love the passion. The two of you both have that. That's what exactly. And the two of you have that drive, that love of it, the love of the craft, the love of the people. Where does that come from? Melba, where does that come from for you?
Well, my natural father, Brenda, I don't know if you ever heard of Teddy Hill.
No, not yet.
Oh, well, he was a big band leader back in the 40s or so, and he was very popular. Anyway, he was my natural father, so it's in my genes. But my mother married a man who played the piano in the dark, honey.
Wait, say that again.
My mother
Yeah.
married a man who played the piano in the dark.
She found the man who played piano in the dark. Is that what you said?
She married a man.
Oh, married.
She married a man who played the piano in the dark.
That's beautiful. It'll
And
get you every time.
I love
yeah,
Melba has such a quick wit. I mean, I really think when she performs, she should also be the warm-up act and tell the jokes because she's so funny.
I
She's
also
quick.
tap dance.
And she tap dances too.
Yeah. But the music is when I first started out, I was a child of a single parent. My mother was a singer and she was gone all the time. But she married a piano player and she was a singer. And so then music was in our family, it was in our genes. And so then I studied the piano. I thought I was going to be a piano player and fell in love. I was already 10 years old. That's kind of old for when you're the instrument to first have music come into your life. But I fell in love with it. And I've just been head over heels, just ridiculous in love with it ever since then. And it just seems to me that I saw in my parents, they told us everything bad about it. So when it all happened, I really didn't care. I was going to stay anyway.
I share your experience because both my parents were musicians. Well, my mother was a singer, and my father played drums, and he sang the most beautiful voice I ever heard. And I almost gave up singing because he sang so great that I thought, well, if you can't be better than that, then why are you going to do it? You know?
Yeah.
And then I got over that. But they also told me the scary parts of this business too, like your parents did.
Mm-hmm.
So it didn't discourage me either.
Not in the least. And I've had some pretty terrible things happen to me over long periods of time, but I feel like it's what God wants me to do. So it all kind of accumulates into longevity.
Yes, beautiful.
And people want to hear the story now. They don't want to hear the whole thing, you know.
How have you adapted too? Because the world has changed, but also the music industry is always morphing and tweaking and changing. You both seem to have been very successful at following it and staying true to you, to what you bring, who you are, the essence of who each of you incredibly talented, fabulous people are, but at the same time being able to work with the times as well. What is the secret of that mastery?
I think what you said is being true to yourself is extremely important because you will get turned one way or another by others, to say it simple. And if you stay true to yourself, nobody else can do that. Only you can do what you do. So I always encourage young writers, stay true to what's in your heart and soul because you're the only one that can do that. And don't try to copy someone else specifically, just do your own thing. You can learn from it, get inspiration from it, but do your own thing with it.
Do you ever run out of ideas? Do you ever say, that I did that already? I did that. How do you keep coming up with fresh material? What's the secret to that?
Oh, you're asking me?
Either, yeah. Melba's like,
I don't have to come up with it. The writer does.
Melba's like, that's Brenda's question.
What keeps you going? What was the exact question again?
As far as, do you ever run out of ideas or inspiration? Because you've been involved in so much music for so long. Yeah.
Some days I think, I used to know how to write a song. I've forgotten. How does it go again? But you're always thinking you're never going to write another song after you write one. Because, at least I do. And, but it still keeps coming because it's a channel, really. It's just open up the channel. Beam it in, babe.
Right? You mentioned The Color Purple. What are some of the songs that you've had an opportunity to be a part of that are your personal favorites that, of course, the public at large will know right off the bat?
Yeah, well, first of all, we had the glory of having Fantasia sing this song in the movie that they made of our music, and she sings a song called "I'm Here." that every night when she sang it in a theater, people would get up, holler at her. You know, they were just, it was church in the theater in Broadway. It was great.
Yes.
She has so much power, this young woman, and so much soul, you know. And when she starts bending over, look out. You know? Fantasia
Exactly.
is very special.
Yeah, that's a great one too. How about you, Melba? When you take a look at it, you know, you've had an opportunity to interpret and sing so much fabulous music. Do you have some personal favorites of what you've been able to perform and share with all of us over the years?
A couple, because they seem to be people's favorites. I sort of like mirror what they. I see myself in them. I said, "Oh, did I do that?"
You sure did. Yes.
And of course, one of them is "Lean on Me," which was not an original song by me. It was written. I'm trying to think who was. I don't know who recorded it first, but I heard Aretha Franklin sing it first.
Wow.
Several different people had sung it.
Isn't that Bill Withers' song?
No, there's another one. There's two.
The
Oh,
version,
okay.
right.
Yeah,
Like
his.
me.
Yeah, this one's more ballady.
Beautiful.
But and I think I started to learn how it is I express myself on that song first, and it was one of the first times that these high notes started to pop out and just stay there. And I said, "Oh my God, that's me holding that." And then because I was none of the things I can do now, I wasn't born with them. It's not like it came out of the womb singing. So everything I had to really work hard for. I didn't really have a definitive style. It's kind of come along as I've come. And "Lean on Me" was one of those songs where it started to pop out. I recorded it and I started to study what I did, and it's become a signature song.
Wow.
Yes, absolutely. And you've been at a lot of places performing on stage, especially in the greater New York tri-state area recently. I've seen you popping up at a lot of places recently, Melba, huh?
Yeah.
Do you enjoy that? Do you guys enjoy being on stage amongst the crowd and the energy of that? Or do you have a preference to be in the studio recording, or do you
Wow.
just love it all?
That's a hard split because I love them both. I love performing for people and feeling that immediate reaction. You know, it's nothing like that. But being in the studio when you're creating the tracks, and you know, it's an elegant process. You have to be so on top of it to get it right, and that's what I constantly try to do.
For me, being in the studio means I can take one little section at a time until I get it perfect.
Yes. That's very true.
You know, they say these industries that we are in, for me, it's television and radio and film and all, and you guys and the wonderful world of music and performance and acting and so many things you've done. Are you perfectionists about your work? Does it have to meet a certain...
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes when I ask questions, I ask also for myself. I can get it and plug in. I think these industries sort of attract that as well. We're striving for excellence and I mean, perfection is a word that could be very tough, could be very claustrophobic, but excellence.
I don't know if it's perfect, but there's something you can feel, and when it's there, it's there, and it's like you made a touchdown. It's fun.
Right.
Exactly right.
Exactly.
It's the most amazing feeling, though.
Yeah.
How do you describe it, Brenda, when it happens? What is it like? Is it like Christmas morning?
Sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
It's like a birthday, because when you get a certain part of a song that's happening.
Yeah.
You know, in the room when we were writing Purple, we started coming up with a song called "The Color Purple."
Right.
And we came to a part that was so moving to us that I said, okay, group hug.
Right.
We had to have a group hug in the middle of writing that song. Because it was so special. You just feel the vibes in the room.
You feel it.
It's a prayer. It's all happening.
Yeah.
How much have you both been able to do of your work that is work you've wanted to do versus what the public wants you to do or the industry tells you to do? How much have you been able to make it your own as well? Each of you. Brenda, I'll start with you.
Well, the first few record companies I went in to look for a record deal, it's about 78. And I went into this one label. There's a brother at the desk. And I said to him, okay, I'm not R&B. And he said, honey, you black, you R&B. I was like, oh, okay. What did I know? I'm not in the music industry. But if you were black, you would definitely be put you in the R&B channel. And I was more of a pop person because I grew up on it, you know. I lived in Canada and, you know, I had different influences than most black female divas, so to speak, you know. Everybody expects you to sound like Aretha Franklin where I was.
Yeah.
It's like, that's not easy, guys.
Exactly. Yes. And how about you, Melba? How much of the music that you've been able to share with us over the years has been music that is music you've wanted to share versus maybe even what the public wants you to do or even the industry wants you to do?
I don't think for me that's been such an issue as it is. I wanted to fit in somewhere, but maybe it was great that I'm not the songwriter or the producer, because I always had a team of people trying to look at me and saying, well, where are we going to put her?
Right.
You already got a Tony Award. Now she got to make records.
Right.
And she's black.
Yes.
Which means she's R&B.
Yeah.
But I've always had a team of people help me try to find out. I was thinking about my first dance hit, which was with Van McCoy, who also wrote My Lean on Me.
Oh, yeah.
But that's how I started to find out where I could fit somewhere. So it wasn't a matter of, you got to sing this because you're popular. Not yet.
You know, Brenda, when you've written material, do you have a specific singer in mind sometimes? This would be perfect for this voice, this person. And does that sometimes change along the way too? What's that process like?
It changed for me early in my career because I got a phone call. I didn't get it. My manager got a phone call from Aretha Franklin saying, I would like a Brenda Russell song. And of course, if you knew what a fan I was of Aretha Franklin, you would know how crazy I went when she got that call. So I thought, oh, Aretha, I can do that. And then when I sent her the song I wrote, she said, no, I want you to sing me a Brenda Russell song. And I was trying to write for her, projecting what I thought she already did, only better or something, but it wasn't my song. And I understood then that people come to me for songs that I write for myself. And that was a huge river to cross. It was very helpful to me, though.
Absolutely. That's beautiful. So it changes, it morphs as you go along. I love that. Yeah. Some of the names you both have worked with so many other phenomenal people along the way. For the viewers that are watching, maybe for the first time having you here, who are some of the names that you've worked with over the years? And it's just been a wonderful collaboration or relationship, Melba.
You know, I'm sorry. I'm going to say out loud what I'm thinking. I'm too old to remember all of that.
I'm telling you, you know, if this, Melba, if this whole music thing doesn't work out, if this whole music career doesn't work out, I think you need to go into comedy. My father told me I should have done it.
Did you know my Tony Award was for musical comedy?
Yes, of course.
And here's for your Tony Award.
I love her facial expressions too. Those eyes.
That's so great.
Yeah, comedy. It's that's funny. New music, and that is really incredible to have it. And congratulations to both of you. Some really nice material.
I'm sorry. I want something from Brenda.
Oh, you want a song to sing that's a Brenda Russell special?
Oh, you mean something new? Oh,
I don't care.
I'd be crazy for that.
I don't care. I want you to Do you to me?
Do you to me? That's a
There's
good
the
line.
title right there.
That's the good line.
There's the title. Do
I
you?
want to see.
So, do
I
you
want to
think of
see.
the beat? Is there percussion in that? Do you to
I
me?
love that. Do you to me,
Do
honey.
you to me?
Yeah,
I'm
Melba,
writing
you
down.
just
because
created something. She's got Melba. You have Brenda Russell writing it down. She
I
loves
have.
it.
I write everything
That's a great
because
title, actually.
it is a great
because
title.
Isn't that great?
It's
Do you to
fantastic.
me?
Maybe that's the song.
It's
I'll come up
simple.
with.
It's clear.
Yeah.
that's for
It's
instance.
It's kind of a lot of versions in your mind when you think about it. Like, do you to me?
I don't know what my
You can play it in the
word for
morning. You can
me
play it
is,
at night.
I love
but
it.
in my head, in my heart, and what my experience has been, it's been piano in the dark.
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
what I think my spirit is.
Yes.
Wow.
And if you look at my face, I have to tell you that you couldn't,
Thank you so much, Melba.
because now what's happened to me as a result of being in an industry that I absolutely adore, I've become a very, 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 very joyful person. But before I was just so quiet, was really somber, but maybe more introspective. And the way that song just, I can only say that it gives me chills.
Thank
It
you.
does. Yeah.
It comes from a deep place. Deep
Yeah,
co-writers. They were
yeah.
very, very.
Yeah, I know that I do too.
You
But
do
I'm very, very,
immediately. I get it.
I know that I think I don't show that so much anymore, and that's fine. But I think in order to continue to hear what God is saying, you kind of have to live in that deep place.
Yes, you do. Constantly, every
And
day.
then what will happen is, Brenda,
What?
if I get a song like that and I sing it well, people gonna say, "Well, who the heck was that?"
We don't care. Just spell it, print it the right way on
Right.
the check, honey.
But I think they would love it so much because of how you write
Yeah.
and whatever it is my voice would do with it.
I am definitely going to think about this
Okay.
because you're
Just
very
think about it.
special.
I'm not making any
Yeah.
commands because
I
you
have,
got
a
to
little,
ask the boss. So
I have a little story which I already told Melba. When I first met her. This was back in 1969. We were just children. No, I was coming to audition for the musical Hair in Manhattan. And I really, really wanted to get in this show, right? So I'm standing in the room with all these young people who came to audition. And I was standing next to a girl. And I thought I'd talk to her. And I said, "So are you auditioning too?" And the whole room fell out laughing. All these people that were in there because they knew it was Melba Moore. I didn't know. I'm from Canada. What do I know? And she was so sweet. She said, "No, I'm in the show." She's only like the star of the show. I mean,
Right.
I knew who her name was. I just didn't know what she looked like. And so, immediately caused a lot of laughter in that room, I tell you. But I'm so glad I had that moment with you because when I told her, she didn't even remember. Why would she? But it was great to share it with you.
it was great to share it with you too. I loved it.
Isn't that wonderful? Again, to share those kinds of memories like that. And then, you know what they call it. Like I said here on the show has a lot of light love and levity or lovity. And I think what's happening between the two of you and the three of us is definitely levity, love and levity together, which is a word that just fell out of my mouth when we started the series, levity.
I love it.
Yeah. And the world needs much more of that. How, with all that's gone on in the world and just as time has marched on for everybody and all of us as well, how do you see what you do going forward? I mean, you've both done material that entertains us and gets us moving and growing and thinking, but there's a certain depth sometimes that we go that's even deeper as our lives, more wisdom is gained and time marches on. Are you working on selecting and really wanting specifically now material that goes to that depth, each of you, Melba?
Absolutely. I think my current album does it to some degree. Imagine the title song is just a beautiful, 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 beautiful kind of jazz, guitar-y song, but it's about peace. What if peace was on every street? No more hate. It's so simple, but then God is the simplest.
Say it again.
So it's a place of hope, a place of peace. What if peace-filled or love-filled every street you walk down?
Right.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And then you hear this incredible guitar play like that. You imagine you walking down the street, he's just playing. Because I'm in New York, he might have been on the subway. But that beauty is so, well, I can
Pure.
only say heavenly because it's from another realm.
Yes. I had thought of an idea similar to that when I was younger. What if the whole world sought love for 1 minute?
Just from
And
what?
how much maybe no one would die in that minute, sort of, and it could heal people. 1 minute of love from all these people on the world, and that would be insane.
That almost sounds like
I
a
had the
song.
idea. I didn't write it.
I was going to say, write that down too. That sounds like a part of a song, doesn't it?
I know your question was, do you think of something more, I guess, serious or more?
Or deep and right.
But there isn't anything more serious or deep
than love.
I guess you mean the mood, though. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's right.
What did you say, darling? I didn't hear your last phrase.
What Melba was saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking what he probably means the mood of it. That's that what everybody considers serious and somber. But I think people like us are in some ways in other dimensions.
Oh, there's no doubt about that.
Yes.
And that's really absolutely necessary because we're really concerned about survival.
Exactly right.
And not survival just for a moment. People getting well and healing and thriving and generation after generation after generation.
Amen.
Because we know that's really what music comes from heaven.
Yeah.
I believe that there is a heaven that we can't see, where there's no darkness. I think everything that we can see here, there are galaxies and there's probably wars every doggone where. I think God's gonna come back and take us someplace outside of this place.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So I like to think about things like that.
Yeah, I think about beautiful things like that. The world uniting, so to speak. I know it seems abstract right now, the way the world is, but that's what I like to write about. I like to write about coming together with people. I like to write healing songs.
Yes.
For myself. If I heal myself, I will heal somebody else. And that has happened to me in real life. I had a gentleman come up to me after a show that I had just done. And he said, get here. And he said, I was in the Gulf War and I was doing my missions. And I would think about your song, Get Here, to get me back home from this mission. When he told me that, everything fell away like who you think you're writing for, because you don't know, first of all. He's a man. And we were both crying when he tells me this story because it was so deep, right? But healing can come from so much. Your voice, your singing, the flowers.
Do you think that each of you were always like that when you were kids? Like, for example, I've had a lot of people say to me, people I've interviewed or just people in general say, Jim, and even experts, people who really are in tune with this kind of stuff, they've said a couple of things to me about me, which I have found fascinating. Sometimes when you look in the mirror and you look at yourself, it could be fascinating what you see in return. And a lot of different people who don't know other people over the years have said, you operate from a higher consciousness. You feel things deeply. You see colors more vividly. You hear sound and music. It goes right to the heart. You're about the why, about the feeling, about depth and inspiration. That's all incredibly important to you all day long, and everything you say and do, and the relationships. And then the other thing is very intuitive, highly intuitive, and a high level empath, very empathetic to the world, the plight of others, making sure everybody's taken care of and they have what they need, sometimes even at the expense of what I need. And I've learned how to create some boundaries, never had any, but I've learned how, because you have to, otherwise, your door will never lock. You two have a similar way about you. You're operating from a higher consciousness. There's a depth, there's an empathy, there's an intuitive nature that each of you have, which I find so fascinating. Would you agree?
Yeah, I can tell about her.
I could definitely agree about Melba. She came in on the God knowing. I said, all right, child.
She looked like one of the missionaries.
I'm so into it. I just want us all to be healthy and happy,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't care
I
what's
think
going.
when you come at it in the way that we come out, who we are and what we do, I think it's a beautiful thing, because we learn from it and we grow from it, but we're inspiring and hopefully lifting others. I always say, gee, in these careers, there's a lot of light that is shining on us, but I really love taking the light that I have and twisting it to a degree and shining it on others.
Absolutely.
And the two of you have always done that beautifully.
Thank you.
Yeah, you do that, Jim. You do that.
I appreciate that. I really do. The songs, again, congratulations. Tell us about Imagine. I know this has been a real labor of love for you, Melba, and congratulations on it. Tell us about the inspiration and how it all happened.
Well, it comes from my daughter, Melba Charlie. She brought the song to me, and she brought it to me as an instrumental. And then she went and had a couple of really wonderful people that I work with a lot, Ronnie Song and Chantel Hampton, actually create lyrics for me to sing. So they constructed this for me. This is how they feel me, how they see me. I'm just another instrument.
Yes, we are. Mm-hmm.
And what was your approach? What did you hope people would get from it?
I didn't have a clue. What I wanted to see was, what did my daughter see in me in this song?
Yeah.
Because I never worked with her before.
Oh, so this was the first time. This is wonderful.
She worked with a lot of other people, but not me.
Yeah.
I just love her and kiss her and hug her. And
How old is your daughter?
she's 40.
Mine's 45.
Yeah.
They help, don't they?
I guess we grown now, huh?
We grown. We finally, it's not 69 anymore.
Not anymore.
A lot of good has happened since we.
So I listened, and I thought, well, I think it's a beautiful song and everything like that. And she had it demoed by a really, really wonderful singer. I think it was Chantel. I said, why don't I go in the studio? Because I wanted to hear how they were going to produce me, how she's going to do that. And when it came out, it sounded so lovely. And I saw some of the little runs that I would do. And it's not something I would normally do, something I could do. Mm-hmm. But the song once again dictated where I should go. I said, well, that's really, really nice. It's me. It's something fresh. It's not the same old long high note I always do.
Mm. Yeah, it must be horrible having to sing those high notes. So.
No.
Some of us can't even do that.
But whatever it is you do, you don't want to bore people. You want to have.
No, you're not boring.
You can't just reinvent yourself, but you want something that will be kind of refreshing to people when they listen to it. So, I thought it was that, and it's not structured. They kept it structured like it did, so there's a nice little instrumental in between there. So I like the way it breaks it up, and it's not just focused on me. I know I need to be the star of my song and everything like that.
Yeah.
I like the way the balance is.
Right.
Sounded incredible.
We have some of it here too that we can play for the viewers.
Yeah.
Everybody watching live around the world. Thanks for all the great, wonderful comments. Everybody's commenting and saying hello and welcoming all of you and sending their love, which we appreciate. And we have Brenda Russell, Melba Moore. I'm Jim Masters. A pleasure to have you here. Here is Melba Moore's Imagine.
Every street. Oh, hey, we'd all be free. Imagine how pure this world could be. Yeah, can you imagine? Yeah, oh yeah, can you imagine? Displayed to causing disloyalties to be erased. Heaven in our hearts and in our minds. Love was a true virtue of our times. If we follow the script of love, can you imagine? No more. Joining hands in peace. Place of love, place of peace. Imagine if love filled every street. Oh, hey, we'd all be free. Imagine how pure this world could be.
Beautiful. Got such a smooth jazz feel to it.
Just.
I hope they're going to play it on.
Can you imagine?
There it is. Imagine. Wow.
Beautiful,
It's
right?
it's so good they wanted to play it again. That is.
You sound so good.
Thank you.
It's really, really good. Melba, when you hear it, what's running through you?
I just hear the whole music, especially that beautiful guitar.
The guitar is happening. Who is that? Do you know who that is? It's okay. You don't have to tell me.
I can't think of it
It's
now.
really good though. I love it.
Yes. And it's something I'm sure anybody listening to it, you're just drawn to that. It kind of, and that's the first thing you kind of, when you hear the whole intro, and then this beautiful guitar just kind of takes you over.
The whole track is really happening.
It's beautiful. Yeah.
Really
So
good.
that is out and available now, Melba?
Yes.
That is beautiful.
Oh no. All the platforms.
All the platforms
Yeah, I know.
everywhere,
That's the
every
expression.
corner of the world.
Yes.
We learn new expressions. All the platforms.
It's it exactly right. It's completely a whole new vibe.
Of course, you can't get in the stores.
Yeah, you have to say that first. Can't buy it. I think people are mad about that. Actually.
You can't go to Tower Records and get it. I
No.
know.
That's where I hung out. Tower
Me
Records.
too. I used to love Tower Records. Spend hours in there, the headphones sampling all the.
Yes.
And you sometimes you would find some rare things like from Europe and other places and
Yes.
or Asia, and you're like, wow, that's really good, and
Yep.
never heard of it before, and you fell in love with it.
I love that.
Yeah, it's the whole experience. We need to bring back experiences.
Experiences, yep.
Yeah. Bravo, Melba. That is a home run. That is absolutely
Yeah.
from all of us. That's lovity right there. That is a
Lovity.
beautiful. Yeah, beautiful. And vocally, you just sweep us off. You take us away. I felt like I was just being taken away from everyday
It gives me a-
nonsensical.
It gives me a similar feeling to the way you write, Brenda.
Yeah, I do feel.
It's a whole feeling just kind of
Yeah,
sweeps
I
you.
love that.
Sort of
Yeah.
envelops you,
I
right?
can relate
Yeah.
to that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you
And-
sound so good.
Yeah, it
Girlfriend.
really.
And Brenda said, "You sound so good. You sound shocked."
No, I am
And-
not shocked.
And listen to this.
Thank
Listen
you.
to this amazing segue, ladies. I'm going to put my thinking cap on, Mr. Segue here. One of the reasons why that song is so good, Melba, you know why?
No.
Because you know what it's like. That's Brenda's song.
No.
Tell us about your song, Brenda. Another fabulous one.
Thank you. Thank you, Jim. I was pleased to have Roberta Flack ask me to write some lyrics for her. This is decades ago. And she sent me the music and I wrote the lyric. She recorded it on her Oasis album. And I recorded it on my new albums, my first single out there right now. And I'm really pleased with it.
Exactly right.
And I want to pump up Roberta because I love her. She's fantastic. And,
Yeah.
you know,
Oh,
and
yeah.
we're happy.
This is a highly anticipated album, Song Painter, right? The first collection in like 20 years?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Wow.
Don't ask me.
No, it's,
I
you
don't
know.
know. Get that. Well, what have you been doing for 20 years?
You've done plenty. You've done
Yes.
plenty. Yeah, absolutely. And we have that too. So we're going to plug that in for everybody. Tell us again what it was like, you know, working on this one.
It was really easy.
Was it really? Yeah.
Sometimes words come easy. I
Yeah.
don't know how to make that happen all the time.
You're right.
It happened this time. And I just it's like it's raining on you, the words, you know. And
Yeah.
boom, boom, boom. And it was done. And I'm amazed by it every single time it happens, frankly. I think
Right.
all creators should be amazed by what they create. So you can do it again.
Do you find that happens most often when you just let it happen versus trying to make it happen? When you just let it flow?
Absolutely. That's the most important thing, is to let it happen, because everything's coming as Melba said, from the heavens, or however you want to interpret that. It comes through you like a conduit, and you put
And
it out.
that's just,
It's sort of like you're opening a channel.
yeah,
Receive it.
yeah,
You have to have the desire to receive the music,
right.
and keep at it, and it'll come. If you're inclined to do that, that's what you want to do.
And then it's magic like this. You know what it's like. There's Brenda Russell. Listen to this, gang. You're going to love it too. Here we go.
Deep within the night, you leave me all alone. When you say goodbye, I close my eyes, I can't sleep. I should have known your smile is amazing. I miss you the moment that you're gone. From my arms, your kiss is blazing, a fire I waited for so long. I could go on and on, but you know what it's like. Oh, babe, when love feels, everything feels right, so right, like a fire, warm, glowing in the night, so bright. I say you, surely you know what it's like. When we're holding hands, walking in the daylight, feels so nice. Truly it's romance that keeps me holding so tight. So good, so right. I sing from the mountain, I come down to whisper in your ear. La, 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 la. I spring like a fountain, I tell you the words you love to hear. That there's no need, my dear, because of you. You know what it's like. Oh, babe, when love feels, everything feels right, so right, like a fire, warm, glowing in the night, I say you, surely you know what it's like.
It sounds so romantic.
Thank you.
That is so good. That is so
fun.
good.
You know those beautiful male harmonies you're hearing
Yeah.
done by one guy.
That's one guy doing that?
One
Really?
guy sang all these parts. His name is Brian Alexander Morgan. He's a producer and a fantastic singer. And I just bumped into him by accident. This is why everything happens for a reason, you know. We met at a Thai food restaurant picking up some food. And he was a black guy with a Pink Floyd shirt. And I said, he must be a musician. So I'm going to talk to him because I talk to strange people all the time. And I said, are you a musician? He said, yes, my name is Brian Alexander Morgan. Who are you? And I said, Brenda Russell. And he just went nuts.
Yeah.
The kitchen people had to come out and see what was going on in the restaurant. He made such ruckus. He was like, I love you, you know, and it was so meant to be. That's what I'm saying. This is a story for. Go with the flow of life. Sometimes you bump into things that you were supposed to have. Or if you want to say something to that person, say something because it may make their day. You don't even know. It happened to me today, right? You know, you got to go with the flow of life and the energy and be inspired by that, you know.
Well, it sounded like you went the flow with the lyrics. Like you said, like, I'm over here, I'm dancing on your head in a minute, baby. I love it. I mean, you didn't say that, but it has that bouncy, romantic, lovey feeling.
I'm so glad you feel that.
And
Yeah.
that was produced also by your longtime colleague. Is it Stephen Oberhoff, who's worked with Quincy Jones and some of the legends as well? Burt Bacharach, Stevie Wonder, Al Jarreau. He worked with you on this?
We co-produce. And
Wow.
his name is Stefan Oberhoff. It's kind of a little
Stefan.
tricky, but he's the most brilliant person you could ever meet.
Wow.
Brilliant. And he did most of that track,
Incredibly good.
He's a musician and a producer, so it's kind of comes in handy.
Absolutely right. What I asked Melba what she felt when she was hearing her beautiful song. How about you? What I mean, we just saw visually you were
I
in
really
it.
love it. I'm so happy with it because I wrote it with Roberta, first of all, and I just love her, and she needs some love right now, frankly speaking. So
Is she able to hear this song?
I think so. It was played for her. She hasn't been well.
Yeah.
And, that's why I wanted to do it mostly because for her.
Because it's so joyful and
Yeah,
it sounds like something she would sing if she were able to.
she would have because she did sing it, and it's her energy in it, And then there's a third writer we had who was doing synth parts, which was very cool, very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His name is Barry Miles. So he wrote the song with us. So
Yeah.
it's so beautiful how you just bump into people and meet people, and they change your life somehow. It's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so very true. And sometimes then you have this relationship that goes on for years, and the magic of what results from that chance meeting is you couldn't script it, right?
No, we still laugh about it.
Yeah, I can imagine, right? So that's also out and available now, and that's single.
All the platforms.
All the platforms.
Spotify.
Yeah, the last time we heard platforms, it was either shoes or train station platforms.
Yeah.
All the platforms.
The 60s.
And it's part of the upcoming album. Tell us about the upcoming album.
Well, I have about 7 tracks cut now, and Stefan and I work very well together.
Yeah.
I've never met anyone who could interpret what I feel in music as much as he.
Stefan, yeah.
Yeah, he's amazing. And I don't know, I'm always happy when I hear it because it's a happy feeling.
And the name of the album is Song Painter?
Yes.
How absolutely apropos, huh?
It's so good because a friend of mine who's a writer called me a song painter. She said, "You're such a song painter, Brenda." And I went, that's retarded. I knew as soon as she said it, I knew that was going to be the title of my album. So she's very happy about that.
If we have somebody watching right now who is enamored by the two of you, music titans, music giants, icons, all the rest, but even stripping those titles away, multi-award winning, beautiful, heart-centric souls that you are.
Thank you.
And they're watching our fabulous conversation here, which is not scripted, it's free-flowing. We do conversations, not interviews. And they are thinking about pursuing this industry, pursuing their dreams, but maybe they've been shut down. They don't know what to do. The industry has changed so much. There's so much competition and downloads, and just it's a confusing mess for them. But they see the two of you survivors, the two of you who have inspired so many and continue to through your art and your heart. What would you say to somebody like that that's watching, that is taken back by this conversation? I'll start with you, Miss Melba.
No, Brenda.
Brenda, I will start with you.
Well,
Reason why, because she helps construct things. She would have a better articulation of it, I think.
Tell my daughter that.
The daughter begs to differ.
I'm funny. But I already forgot the question. This is what getting old helps.
If somebody
What was
is
that
is
question
is they're enamored by and very inspired by our conversation and seeing Brenda
Oh,
Russell and
that would
Melba
be
Moore with us,
or not even.
and they're sort of stuck in place. They don't know what to do. Should they even pursue their dreams in the music world? What would you say to them as survivors in it?
I would say go with what's inside of you. Definitely let that direct you because only you know what this music is that's in your heart. And you can get it out there through others or through yourself, but stay focused on the positive and don't try to copy other people what they're doing because they're already doing that. You have something unique, every person, every single person, and you can get that out in a musical format. You're ahead of the game if you can get that out, and find people that you work with well, or find people, companies that you want to be signed to. There's so many ways. There's no rules. There's no rules about this. I just heard a story from Christopher Cross yesterday, who is a friend, and we're in this new documentary called Yacht Rock, if you guys want to check it out.
Oh, sure. Yes.
But his song Sailing is so amazing, right?
Yeah.
And I forgot what I was going to say.
Yeah. Yacht Rock and Christopher Cross and
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
How do you get started?
Christopher said, what was it? What did he say? I hate myself.
That song just blew you away.
I just love Christopher, but he said something really profound. It's about his daughter. No, it'll come back to me. I have to let things go.
Right. Yeah. In reference to music and the making of the music and appreciation for it. And because he's a survivor too. He's been doing it a long time, Christopher Cross.
I mean, who comes out with their first album and sells 5 million records? And
right?
Nobody.
No.
But the song was so worth it. It was so worth all the awards he got. Just that one song.
Right. How about you, Miss Melba? If somebody is watching and they're very inspired by seeing the two of you, fabulous, talented legends, and they're thinking about entering into this world now, what would you say to them?
Absolutely go for it because there's so much more available to you in so many different ways. And it's like Brenda said, there's not necessarily any one way that you like. You don't have to be stuck by your gender, by your color, by your style, by your anything. There's so many lanes you can get in. One person can have 1 million followers. That's what's possible out here. That wasn't even 20 years ago.
Yes.
There's more possibilities now.
Yes. Well said.
And she said it. You can figure out how to get it started yourself.
Yeah.
Because it's really a small businessman or one person entity.
Absolutely.
World. We function. You push a button and you reach the whole world.
And what I found is certain people, you'll attract them to you sometimes to help you format whatever it is you're trying to do. And you don't even know how it happened, but you're putting it out there to the universe. I need help.
Right.
And that's what she's saying that I didn't articulate so well. You can't really do anything bad all by yourself, but you have so many ways to get help. And of course you should get help because you want to bounce things off of people. We're so used to thinking of getting somebody to help us because that's all we had,
Right.
But there's a whole lot of different ways you can just be a part of a community to see who you are in a variety of ways.
I think I just remembered it.
The Christopher Cross just came back?
Yeah, he was just talking about sailing and how it wasn't going to be a single for the record. And I don't know if you remember, but it opens with strings, like
yes,
sailing. That was they didn't plan to do that. It happened on the board. Something went crazy on the board, and the strings came up first, and then came the guitar, and they went, "Whoa, that's good. Let's do that." That's when those divine moments, right, Melba?
Yeah.
It just happens.
Whoops.
It has nothing to do with it, right?
It's what happens when you get caught between the moon and New York City.
All right.
Exactly.
Another Grammy.
I tell another one, huh? Holidays are here. Do you both love and enjoy Christmas music?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You had me at Christmas.
Yeah. Yeah. Just Christmas, right?
And
Yeah.
I did
Yeah.
10 years of touring Christmas songs with David Cars. This is my
Yes.
beloved friend. But
Oh, he's
after I stopped working with him, I couldn't listen to another Christmas song for a long
you
time.
did every version there was, right?
Oh my God. But we had fun.
He's on tour
Crush.
now too, isn't he? Yeah, I think he's on
Yeah.
tour.
He's
Yeah.
always on tour.
Yes. Yeah.
He's
With
cute.
I think we had him on the show too. He's super talented. Adam
Yeah.
Hawley. I don't know if you ever worked with Adam Hawley, but
Oh.
he's really, really talented, and he's doing the tour right now with Dave. Yeah.
Oh, what
Yeah.
does he play?
He does everything. He does guitar, he does piano, he does
Him.
everything. Yeah. And he's like at the top of the charts in the smooth jazz category.
Wow.
Yeah. And he writes a lot for a lot of other people too, who
Excellent.
perform his music.
I'm going to check it out. What's his name again?
Adam Hawley. And then there's Jay Rowe, Adam Adam Hawley. Yeah.
Oh, Holly.
Harley, yeah, and then Jay Rose, another one. And either of you ever work with another fabulous friend? I worked with her at, when I was emceeing a concert, a Christmas concert at Carnegie Hall, and Miss Lisa Fisher. She's almost falling out of her chair. The other one almost fell into the camera. I love this.
And
Yeah.
she's tall and gorgeous.
She's just,
Well, everybody's
yeah.
tall compared to me, but she's tall and gorgeous.
I had the opportunity to introduce her on stage and write her intro and everything
Right.
for a big Christmas concert through, you guys know I've worked with PBS for years and still have affiliation with public television. So one of my friends is Tim Janis, who is the incredible composer, arranger, and he's done a lot of 20 public television specials, all kinds
Wow.
of music. He worked on the wonderful Christmas special Buttons with Dick Van Dyke and Angela Lansbury. And
Wow.
so he, for the longest time, he didn't this year, but the longest time would put on a beautiful Christmas concert event at Carnegie Hall to raise funds as well for Kate Winslet's charity, which is the Golden Hat Foundation for Autism. So all of these, Sir James Galway, Lisa Fisher, all of these fabulous people would come in, full orchestra, children's choir. And Lisa was one of the performers. And we just immediately, during the downtime, because I was the master of ceremonies and the host of the whole thing. So during the downtime, we would chat with the various people that, were there, the amazing guests that were there, like Lisa. And we just hit it off immediately. We were on the same wavelength. And she is just so, I could just listen to her talk for hours. But during the rehearsals, when I was going through my scripts, I would go down below in the seats and just watch her rehearse. She's also, like the two of you, she's a gift from God in so many ways, huh?
She's a writer too.
She's a writer too, and she's worked with Chaka Khan. I mean, everybody toured with.
Best friend you could have.
She toured with the Rolling Stones, I believe, for a long time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Toured with the Rolling Stones for years.
These are rough.
Mick loved him.
Right.
Okay. And they were great together, they were singing, and it was fantastic. She's just one of the most extraordinary females I know.
Big heart.
Yes.
Heart. Yeah, absolutely. And she's performing, I believe, in the city, I think this Sunday too.
Yes.
She's,
my friend Beth Sussman is playing piano for her. She's in like an incredible, she used to play for Whitney.
Oh, yes, sure.
And she's playing with Lisa Sunday night. That's right. I'm so excited. I want to be there, but I can't.
So holidays are here. How does the Melba Moore household celebrate Christmas?
Well, I'll probably go and spend it with my sister. I have a sister in Brooklyn. And she said, "Whoop whoop."
Yeah, Brooklyn in the house. Yeah.
And do some turkey, and some family good stuff.
Very nice. And how about the Russell household?
Very traditional. Me, it's still chaos. I don't even know what's going to happen yet. We're all chaotically trying to fit in what we're supposed to be doing. But it's a wonderful time. I always love this time of year.
I know we're going to get a tree because it smells nice.
Oh,
Yeah, I like
yeah.
that.
I need to get a tree this year.
Yeah.
A nice evergreen, right?
Yeah.
They smell great, though.
I love the smell.
Yeah.
I just go back there and lay back under there. Not only back under there, but and just remember how it was when I was a child.
That's the best. Christmas brings those memories back in such a beautiful, beautiful way. I want to remind everybody, we do have archived the amazing episode where we had so many extraordinary guests, including Brenda and Melba, when we paid homage and tribute to the wonderful Quincy Jones. And you can see that archived on our YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV. And Melba, the wonderful Melba, has been a guest on our show. You can see that episode archived on our YouTube channel. And the wonderful Brenda Russell, also a guest here on our show individually, where we really take deep dives into their careers and the things that motivate them and inspire them. And of course, the celebration to Quincy. So they're lovities. They are regulars now on the Jim Masters Show live series.
Those photos are fabulous of you.
Oh, these?
No, the ones that I can't see those. Those.
Oh, these. Oh.
Oh, yeah. Aren't they?
Girlfriend.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think I've ever seen a Melba Moore take a bad photo. She just always, you know what I mean? Just always.
Adorable.
Yeah. You too.
Thank you.
You as well, Brenda. Absolutely. And of course, this was a special moment for you.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Right, Melba?
I'm a star.
What was that like?
Oh,
fabulous, first of all.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Was it exciting?
Oh, yes, because I didn't really think about it. You know about it and everything, but you get focused and different things that's happening and stuff. And my dear partner, my manager, Ron Richardson, went through the whole process over a couple of years and didn't really tell me about it. Then it started kind of falling down to the end, and he started telling me how much it costs.
Yes. Isn't that crazy?
I said,
She started the show with that face.
I've had a lot of these moments, praise the Lord.
Yeah.
And people that I could just cry thinking about it, to look in their faces and see them standing there supporting me and making this happen for me. And of course, Cat Williams paid the whole thing. My partner, once he found out how what the process was, he started to put the call out to people to make it happen. And they showed up, and I looked a lot. I never saw Cat Williams in person before. So I had this little speech. I couldn't say it. I said, I'm not able to say nothing.
That's so beautiful. You deserve it.
And someone like Tisha Campbell, she reminded that once my company got restarted, we started having other artists, and we had so many of the 90s recording R&B artists. But she said she'd come up to our office to try to get management. She said I was so nice to her. And she remembered that, and some different couple of times we've met over the years. But she came out to help me celebrate my star.
Wow.
She and other people,
That's so wonderful.
So whatever little speech I had, I don't even know what I said.
Well, you do pretty good without any scripts. So.
Oh, that's because I'm just talking with you. But when you're supposed to say something that makes sense and be, from A, B to C, Well, I don't usually have to do it.
Melba.
Huh?
Congratulations.
Congratulations for
No,
sure.
thank you. Seriously, that is I can just say it's an honor. I'll be redundant, but it really is.
Yes.
Oh, sure. No, yeah. That'll be with you for the rest of your life.
The rest of it and beyond.
That will be with us for the rest of everybody's life. I'm in your cement permanently.
That's it. Yes, you are. You're cemented in our lives. And Miss Brenda, you too. I mean, the wall behind you says it all. What was it like that very first time you got that
It was
award.
Rufus with Shaka Khan. Before she became Shaka Khan, she was still in Rufus. And they recorded a track that I wrote with my ex-husband. And we got a gold record for that album. And that was, we were dying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Little Canadian writers, you know. Oh my God, look what happened. Rufus. I mean, it
Yes.
was very exciting.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You guys are very, very special, and you're so generous with your time. And I know you're busy. It's holiday time, a lot going on, but congratulations on the fresh music that's out. And of course, we want more. Whenever you send more our way, we just soak it all up. And I'm so glad that, you know, it's bringing joy to people and that you're still doing what you love. And
Yes.
even as you morph and you tweak and you know, deepen in the various things that life throws at us, and the wonderful things that Melba was saying in the beginning about how she's, you know, the sound and the approach is a little bit different. It's a beautiful thing. And you're both extraordinary people in so many gifted ways, and highly revered, highly respected, and very loved. And it's always a blessing when you're on our show. And I hope, you know, we're all here in, you know, this area here. So I hope that, you know, the greater New York area, I hope we get together and break bread at some point, or in the same place, zip code. That would be a blessing. And I, you know,
You're so good.
Promise that all of the grilled cheese sandwiches and ice cream cones will be on me.
Thank you for having me and Melba, because we're delighted to be here, to be together, because we've loved each other, even though we didn't really know each other. And
we was feeling each other, honey.
That's right, honey.
That's what it's all about. That's pretty much the theme of this episode together. Melba, I hope you enjoyed the time with me once again, as I absolutely have with you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You're the best.
Miss Brenda. Yes.
And you, Miss Brenda, I hope you enjoyed the time with me as much as I have with you as well.
Oh, I was just trying to interrupt you to say that. I'm trying to, Jim, you're really good too.
And we may have the birth of a new song from Melba, as evidenced on this episode. What was that?
What was honey child?
Do you to me?
I mean, there's so many ways you can think about that.
Yes.
I like
yes,
that.
there is.
I don't know what it means, but we'll figure that out.
You heard it here first, folks, on the Jim Masters Show. Next time, Melba Moore is going to be here with Brenda Russell, debuting "Do You to Me."
It's just good to hear it. It's just like that's
good. I love it. That just came out. That's fabulous, Melba. It really is.
No. She's the songwriter. See, it's so different when we're talking. I know I'm a whole different person. I know when I'm talking. Matter of fact, I've seen taping stuff of me on stage. I was like, who is that lady? I don't even know who she is. That's another lady. This is another feeling here. Another
when the stage, the lights hit, and when everything, you just boom.
Well, and the personality. You're singing, performing. I'm being another person here. So
and a delight for sure. Absolutely.
Delighting in you.
Yes, absolutely. You guys are a blessing.
Put a healing out there. We're going to put a healing out there through our music.
Absolutely.
Yes. I say the two things, that heal and that are beautiful and that we need more of are music and laughter. Those two things are ultimate healers. They really are,
Absolutely.
And you guys are on that page, and you're doing it in grand style. Miss Brenda Russell, Miss Melba Moore, best of the holidays. A very beautiful Merry Christmas to you both. And come see us again in the new year. You've always got, I said last time, we keep the porch light on for you. That light is shining bright for each of you. Congratulations on the music and all of the continued success and love. And definitely come see us again. We love you both.
Thank you so much, Jim.
I love you,
It's been a
Brenda.
real pleasure.
Absolutely. A lot of levity tonight on our show. You be well. Thank you, Melba. You take care.
Thank you so much.
Bye,
Be
Melba.
well.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye. I love you.
Bye-bye, Melba.
Pleasure.
And Brenda, thank you as well.
Oh,
It
so
was a
much
blessing.
fun.
It was wonderful. Yeah, we'll see you again, okay?
Okay, my dear.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. That's what I meant to say.
That was see, if you wait long enough, it
All
comes.
right.
Take care.
Thank you, my dear.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Brenda Russell and Melba Moore here on the Jim Masters Show. How cool was that? Something very, very special. And yeah, we really loved putting this together for all of you. And we also appreciate their wonderful generosity of time, which was really, really nice. You know, when we get together, we have so much fun. We don't really put a time limit on anything. We just let it roll, and wherever the vibe is and whatever happens, we roll with it. As I mentioned, they were a part of our Quincy Jones tribute. If you did not see that, boy, did we have a spectacular array of amazing guests who joined us when we did a wonderful tribute to the incomparable Quincy Jones. Melba Moore, Brenda Russell was a guest on our show. So you can see that episode. She's actually, this is her third time here. Her second time was with Quincy. And then the time before that was the very first time she was here. I mean, they are both, you talk Grammys and Tonys and all these awards, both of them have garnered these things, and lots of love. Brenda Russell, extraordinary, and Melba Moore. You can see the episodes that have happened with Miss Melba Moore on the Jim Masters Show in the archives. Everything is archived. This episode you just watched with the two titans, the two icons, the two fabulously talented Melba Moore, Brenda Russell. This is archived for you as well. If you enjoyed this episode, gang, don't keep it a secret. Certainly let us know and give this episode a like on our YouTube channel. Here it is. Here's how you do that. You just click like. We would love if you do that. Interact with us. Drop a comment below, too. What are some of your favorite Melba Moore songs? Brenda Russell songs. I mean, Brenda Russell, Piano in the Dark, and so much more. And the new music. Leave a comment in the comment section below. Share this episode on your social media. That really helps us spread the word about the Jim Masters Show, you know, so more people around the world can come stop by and say hello and enjoy great content, great conversations, music, laughs, and so much more. That's what we do here. We're not just an interview show. We have conversations and we take it wherever it goes, and we love that. So, wow, that was powerful stuff too, right? Some really deep, poignant conversations. Melba Moore, Brenda Russell sharing their heart with all of us. Really, really, really special.